You're not really ready until you're safe. Summer safely and drive calm.
Are you interested in an exciting career with great benefits? Medley Pharmacy is hiring in Ogden, Utah for call center representatives and pharmacy technicians. Be a part of the fastest growing digital pharmacy in the U.S. that's looking to change the healthcare industry as we know it. Jobs with Medley have great advantages like a 401k, paid time off, gym reimbursements, and even medical, dental, and vision insurance. Candidates of all backgrounds will be considered. For more information, visit medley.com/careers today. That's medley.com/careers.
Hey, folks, welcome back. It is KSL's Unrivaled. Scott Mitchell, Alex Carey. And, of course, joining us from Cougar Sports Saturday is Matt Baiamonte. Matt, welcome to the program.
Of course he's joining us. Matt, what's up, man?
Have you ever been to any beaches in San Diego, Matt?
I've been to one, but it was pretty regular at that beach. Nothing
regular.
Noteworthy.
Well, I wasn't indicating there was irregular. I'm just curious if you've ever been to a beach in San Diego.
Listen, I didn't know there were clothing optional beaches still in San Diego.
I didn't think that was a thing. Well, and apparently clothing optional is a real thing. And
not on this show, Scott. Not on this show.
Boy.
It's a family program. Yeah. So Matt Baiamonte, host of Cougar Sports Saturday, as Scott said, joining us on the program. And, I mean, we were talking about how yesterday was just an insane day of just there were so many things across, here locally, across the world of college football. It made massive waves. We went to the ribbon cutting ceremony at Rice Eccles Stadium, and we thought, man, that's really cool. BYU rolls out a home and home with Miami, great, and then is the top story in college football with this Built Bar deal. Start there, Matt, about how massive an opportunity this is, and does it actually make recruiting? Does it help recruiting? Because in the future, it's not like you're guaranteed to have this every year, I guess.
I definitely think it helps recruiting, guys. And I think one area, too, because Kalani's made this a point of emphasis, is the preferred walk-on status. And that doesn't mean that there's going to be an influx of players willing to take the preferred walk-on. But I think there have been some guys that they would have liked to have gotten in the past that ended up going somewhere else, or that maybe they actually consider taking a preferred walk-on with BYU because of this deal with Built Bar. And then BYU's done such a great job of having walk-ons contribute in the program. And then, just yesterday we saw Dax Milne catch a couple passes in a preseason game.
Yeah.
That's a former walk-on. So I just think that he's in a much better position now to sell the program in terms of, this is what we can do for you. We can help you get to the next level. And in the meantime, we're gonna provide for you, and we're gonna make this a great experience right here at BYU. So I think no doubt it's gonna help with recruiting.
I think it's an awesome thing that they've done, because the walk-ons that I played with when I was in college had tremendous respect for, because they went through everything you went through, and then they had to go through so much more. And they really were, in some regards, second-class citizens. I mean, they were the look team guys. They really sold out for the program. And I agree with you that I do believe it helps recruiting to have these guys and to have them have, to get paid for this. I'm just curious how you separate it between name, image, and likeness and then, being paid to play. Because it feels like it's a great story, but it feels a little bit like wink, wink. It's a little bit on the.
You feel like this? You feel like BYU made a sweet Alabama kind of deal?
Well,
with,
they can't. The university can't be involved, right? I mean, it has to go directly to the players, and they have to. So how do you do that from year to year? And you're out recruiting a kid. You call Built Bar and say, "Hey, can you go talk to?" I mean, how do you keep it where it's on the up and up?
I don't think that's what's happening here. I think what's happening here is, if the players want to, and why wouldn't they, especially the walk-ons, if you want to endorse Built Bar, if you want to do social media posts and whatever else, and maybe there's some appearances involved with that, then we'll cover your tuition. But this just isn't, you don't have to do anything and we'll cover the tuition. Maybe that got lost in the announcement, but there's still work required by these players, even the scholarship ones. If they want to get some money from Built Bar, they've got to endorse the brand. They've got to be a brand ambassador, so to speak. So I don't think this is pay for play. And I just think it's a brilliant move by BYU and Built Bar to kind of have this collaboration. It's just that it's an avenue. The player doesn't have to take it, but if he wants to, here's an opportunity where you don't have to worry about school if you want to put in a little bit of work.
There was criticism yesterday because you can't make any move, without there being some sort of pushback. And there was pushback after the announcement was made because most people said, look how amazing this is. Look at what BYU is doing. This model will change the way we look at athletes. And then other people went, well, there goes amateurism. What is the long-term effect on college football that deals like this, assuming that other teams across the country will follow suit and certainly are probably already in talks to do so? How does this affect college football? And can you ever see it being a massive negative thing?
These type of deals, I don't think hurt college football one bit. I think this helps college football. It's the kind of deals where a star player gets, not to point any fingers down south, but a quarterback who's never taken a snap reportedly has over $1 million in deals. That's the kind of stuff that I think can hurt college football, where that can hurt a football team, that can really put programs ahead of other ones. But deals like this, where it's even across the team, and it's up to the players to put in the work to benefit from this kind of deal. I think this stuff helps college football because Scott knows better than anyone, just from playing with walk-ons, how hard that is to work and the school and to play. And that is, I think these type of deals absolutely help college football. But in the long run, I think NIL, it'll be a mixed bag. There'll be deals like this that really elevate the sport, and there'll be other deals where it hurts the sport.
I think it's just the Wild West right now, and people are kind of feeling their way through it because companies aren't just going to throw away money for no reason. And if they're not getting a return on that promotion or the endorsement they're getting from the player, they're not going to do it. I mean, it's a huge risk for someone to endorse someone at Alabama, but there's also a massive upside if it works out for you. So I actually think it's going to help programs that maybe aren't so recognizable. And you've seen that with a lot of these players. I mean, these women's basketball players from Fresno State have this massive social following, and it's valuable. And a lot of these athletes understand the value of having a lot of people like you, and that equates to dollars. And I just think a lot of programs maybe could now entice a player more, and there's more of an incentive for someone to go to some of these smaller programs because there actually may be better opportunities or more opportunities to make some money while you're in college, and you can play, and there's a lot of advantages to being there. I think it will actually kind of spread the wealth around. I don't think it'll consolidate.
Imagine, you know what's funny too, Matt? I was thinking about, you saw all those Built Bar boxes behind the CEO. What's his Nick Greer of Built Bar. You saw all those boxes, thousands and thousands and thousands of Built Bars in that room, and I just thought, These college kids are gonna do what I did. Anytime there was something free to eat, like you're all,
eat 20.
hey man, throw me the. Are we out of the mint? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to eat double fudge. All right, whatever. Like, I just think about college kids and what your mentality is of like a free meal. And I was glad for them because I thought, hey, you know what? They're gonna get some good protein whenever they want. Matt Baiamonte, Cougar Sports Saturday. Tomorrow, BYU's got their first scrimmage of fall camp. What goes on at the first scrimmage of fall camp? What are we going to learn from this? I mean, obviously, we're not going to be able to see it, but what is BYU hoping to learn? Obvious thing is what are the reps at the quarterback position going to be?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that will be learned is actual two deep opportunities for a lot of guys. Because we focus on the quarterback battle, and we're not going to get any information about that. We're 2 weeks in. They're tight-lipped, understandable. But there's a lot of other positions where wide receiver, there's too many guys. Who are the 3 or 4 that step up at wide receiver? Running back. Who's that third guy? Because BYU's typically used 3 and 4 running backs. Now, the top 2 get a bulk of the carries, but safety position is another one where does Malik Moore, does he make some plays and establish himself as the starter opposite of Chaz Ayu? So this is where I think two deeps are solidified, and there is a lot of position battles in addition to the quarterback that I think will become more clear after this first scrimmage.
I mean, you're 2 weeks away from the season after this scrimmage, and they not only the 2 deep, but they've got to make some real decisions, and not only just to know who it is, but for the people to know who they aren't, to let them kind of lick their wounds a little bit, let the dust settle, let everyone get adjusted to that. To throw that on someone at the last minute, they're in shock, and you need a guy to come in and be a backup. I'm talking about the quarterback position, and so they get a couple of weeks of practice to kind of come to terms with, okay, I'm the backup right now, and eventually the team may need me, especially if Jaron Hall's a quarterback, because he's probably going to get hurt. So you just need time for the team to acclimate to that, and I think this scrimmage is actually that time when those decisions will be made.
Matt Baimonte, host of Cougar Sports Saturday, joining us here on the program. Matt, full show tomorrow, noon to 3. You don't want to miss it. Throw in a couple other things. What else are you doing tomorrow?
We got Preston Hadley coming on to talk about his position change. We caught up with Hinkley Ropati. He's a guy that's kind of impressed people during fall camp, vying for that third running back position. And we're going to have, right after scrimmage concludes, either Aaron Roderick or Elisa Tuiaki is going to jump on with us live right after it ends and give us their breakdown and reaction. So we're looking forward to getting some nuggets about the scrimmage and catching up with some players trying to earn playing time down at BYU.
All right, Matt, appreciate it. Taking the break here. We got news, traffic, and weather right now. Stay with us. More to go on KSL's Unrivaled.